Listen, guys, I gotta call bullshit when I see it. I told Dave Palumbo this last week. I told Robin Chang this last week. I told Lonnie Teeper this last week. I mean, I've told everybody this for days now about Kai Greene. And the reality of it is that everything that I've said has come true, and it's just a load of shit. I mean, he's this last video that he puts out. He's like out somewhere in the middle of the night. He's got a dynamic, skull cap or whatever, and every once in a while he'll duck his head down and you see dynamic. It's totally staged. A lot of people know how to make themselves cry. Visualize. I was going to do it on video. It's very easy, but I'm not going to because I don't need to do it. The reality of it is just think about when a loved one passed, or when a girlfriend dumped you, or when a little puppy died, or think about a sad movie. It's not that hard to make yourself cry. The reality of the matter is that I believe these are crocodile tears, okay? The Olympia contracts were due 6 weeks ago. He had the opportunity of turning them in on September the 10th. From what I understand, he even told Steve Weinberger that he wasn't going to do the Olympia less than a week ago. So, you know what? The reality of the matter is that Kai is not, dragging a cross. Kai is not, Jesus Christ who was sent to the world for the sins of the world or whatever. This is a fucking bodybuilder, just like all the other bodybuilders. He's making a lot of money. He doesn't live in a hovel in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? He is rich as fuck. Okay, you know what I mean? He asked Muscle Nuts, from what I understand, for $1 million. Just out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So again, I don't like this bullshit. And the reality of the matter is, okay, so maybe you can't compete in the Mr. Olympia, but you know what? You're trying to vilify the IFBB or AMI, or maybe both of them at the same time, by saying they won't let you compete. They won't let you compete because you're no different than the other bodybuilders. They won't let you compete because up until last Thursday, you didn't, say anything. They won't let you compete maybe because last year you got in the face of Mr. Olympia, or maybe because last year when Mr. Olympia was talking about his father that he was dedicating the show for, you interrupted him, and you interrupted him several other times. And because you were basically an asshole at the Olympia press conference and an asshole on stage, and because you ramble on and on about nothing, and because you make a bunch of bullshit metaphysical comments that don't have anything to do with anything, and because the reality of the matter is that you just didn't turn in your contract. You know what I mean? These people, the IFBB and AMI, they're not bad people. They are actually holding your ass up accountable to the rules, maybe for the first time in your whole life as an IFBB pro. So you know what? If you really were the IFBB pro champion that you're saying that you are, maybe you would take your medicine just like anybody else would, and you'd shut the fuck up. Because the reality of the matter is, what kind of a fucking federation would allow you to not turn in your contract on time like everybody else, like Mr. Olympia did? What kind of a federation would allow you to not turn in your contract September the 10th and basically then let you get on stage like I guess they have done in the past with other people, maybe Arnold in 1980 or Kevin Levrone, from what I understand? You know what? Just because Kevin Levrone may or may not have done it, and just because Arnold Schwarzenegger may or may not have shown up without a contract, two wrongs literally don't make a right. You know what I mean? So the reality of the matter is that even in their cases, maybe, they didn't have a contract, but you know what? I think you have made basically a business out of not having a contract. I mean, I don't know of anyone that has been asked as much as you have. And I don't know anyone that's played Silent Bob like you have. And I don't know anybody that's actually tried to turn it around and tried to say that their indecision is somehow ammo to attack the very people that can allow you to do the competition. And I still think you're going to show up, because so far everything that I've said privately has come true. Everything. And now the next chapter is with your little video that you put out that Louis Marco and Mark Lobliner and all the morons on YouTube are going to take this video and they're going to say, oh my God, poor Kai. Oh, how bad the IFBB is and how bad and greedy AMI is. God forbid they should make, any kind of money because, they are a business after all, but God forbid they should try to be successful in life. No, they should probably be like, these altruistic communists and just give everything to you and Dynamic. Come on, seriously, dude. Like, you're trying to make this heartfelt video, right? But you've got a Dynamic skull cap, and every 2 or 3 seconds you dunk your head down so people can read Dynamic. You really don't think that this wasn't some staged ass bullshit? The reality of the matter is, there's a lot of stupid people, in the fan base of bodybuilding, and they might say, well, maybe Kai Greene just woke up in the middle of the night and maybe out of his entire closet of clothes. Oh no, he doesn't have an entire closet of clothes because he lives in this Brooklyn apartment, and he has to go up and down the elevator. It smells like pee that Dave Palumbo taped 6-7 years ago. And, Kai's got to go to the market every day and buy plastic Tupperware at the dollar store. And he's got to fight so hard while he's driving probably a Mercedes-Benz and living in a penthouse. He probably hasn't been back to that apartment in forever. But the point is that people buy that shit, that whole Rocky story and all that. And I got to tell you something, bro. I just don't. I don't like you, bro. I'm sorry. The reality is, I've tried to be professional in the past. I just don't like you, and I think your antics are fucking just dirty as fuck. And honestly, really, you got to hashtag believe that you're full of shit.